Welcome to Champagne and Conversations. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Cheers to you, sir.
Cheers
You
to
gonna
you,
party?
baby.
It's Friday. Hey, how are you?
I can't complain. I'm all good. I'm all good. It's a blessed day. It feels good to be seen. It's a blessing to, be here. You dig?
Yes, thank you so much. It's so many things going on. I know you said you were extremely busy, so I thank you for carving out a little bit of time for us small people in the food chain.
Now for you, I'll do anything. It's all good.
Oh, okay. Well, now that you say that, if you'll do anything, look, I don't even have to bring out my heels. I can keep those on the floor and ask
Now
you,
keep them on. Keep those on.
can I ask you a favor?
I knew that was coming. Sure. What's the favor?
Well, I know that we were going to get one song, right? We were going to get you to be able to do something for us.
Yeah. You
Can
want
you
to you want
do,
to go deep? You want to go deep that already?
please?
Uh, you wanted to you want me to do
Can
that
you do it,
particular song or
please?
anything that I want
Oh,
or
anything
anything?
that, yeah, anything that moves you. But I would like that song. But it's fine. You understand today. And ladies and gentlemen, what we're having in terms of a conversation is with the heavy that is going on in the world right now, with everyone from the incident with Jacob, the NBA and the WNBA, and all of them deciding to stand together and not play. And then today we're acknowledging Emmett Till and acknowledging Martin Luther King Jr. and his message and that. And now there's a march going on here in DC. It's just so much. It's so much going on. And we just want to give love and light and spread some joy if we can. So we had this beautiful soul to come on, and he was going to sing some Brian McKnight or something, I think.
I wasn't definitely doing that. Yeah, I think you had asked me to sing like Amazing Grace. Uh, that's what you want me to sing, or you want me to?
You
I
could
can do
do
anything
whatever
I want.
you could do whatever you like.
You sure?
I'm sure.
You can do whatever you like. This, on some real. Okay, let me snap out of this. On some real stuff. These are some trying times, man. The world is in a frenzy. People don't know what's what, who's what, where, when, what, and how. And this song is really my go-to song, man. It does something to me, and normally it moves people. I'm gonna just sing it. You ready?
Sing it.
Just a
Ready.
verse. Here we go. Not a second or another minute or an hour of the day. But at this moment, with my arms outstretched, Lord, I need you to make a way like you've done so many times before. Through a window or an open door, I stretch my hand to thee. Lord, come and rescue me. We need you right now. We need you right away. I need you now. I need you now. We need you now. We need you now. We need you now. Oh, not another second or another minute. We need you right now. We need you right away. There's a little bit of, I had a couple bad notes in there, but I feel like that's always an appropriate song for everything because it's,
Amen. I am not going to let you discredit that in any way. The notes were amazing. The song was on point. That
uh,
is it. Thank you so, so much. Amen.
that's going to be on your
We
invoice.
this is what we do on Champagne and Conversations. It is an experience, guys. That's it.
Yeah,
Thank you so, so much. I'm indebted to him now for that.
really though. Champagne V, what it do, ma?
Thank you, Mr. Tolliver. I appreciate it. And it's amazing time. I'm excited to have had you on. I know that you had to fit us into your schedule, so I won't keep you long,
No,
but
it's not fit you into the schedule. I'm open, but I have this thing where everybody that does stuff has an assistant, and I just haven't hired one yet. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's that I'm too frugal, or I'm too personal, too hands on my stuff, and that's probably I'm too hands on because I could probably get some college kids and they get credit. You know what I mean? You have a business, the college kids come and do it for me. But I don't know, man. I just haven't gotten an assistant yet, and I need one. I really do. I'm I'm more busy now. Well, not bored, but busier now than I was before the pandemic. Because
well, that's a
everything is.
blessing.
Yeah. I ain't complaining. I'm just saying, everything is by the phone or the computer or the internet, and I've been on that. So it just kind of like stepped up a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? So
We're gonna
gravy.
get you an assistant. We're gonna make certain that we get you an assistant. Yes. Well, with that being said, how have you been coping during COVID? I mean, I know that with the music industry, you're not able to get out and tour, but you've been in the studio working on some projects.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Solo wise, I'm doing some Southern Soul stuff. If you're familiar with that, but my original partner and I, Jason Champion, we just got back together, and we doing some amazing, miraculous stuff, man. I wish I could play it for you right now. I
Men
wish I
at
could.
Large. You keep teasing me with that. I wish I could play it. I wish I could play it, but Men at Large is coming back, guys. So
Oh man,
we're excited about that. The energy, the vibe. I actually posted one of the songs you were doing, but I was saying that it's just not music like it used to be. It's just the soul in it, the energy in it, the message. So we're excited to get some of that back, some of the
well,
legendary back.
it's definitely some stuff for the ladies, man. Some good stuff, some relationship stuff, life. My thing. I don't want to be a part of it unless it's about life, love, and relationships. I just think that that's always the recipe for a great song. You know what I mean? And sometimes
Yeah.
it might not get mass acclaim, but there are a lot of people that see you and they follow you, and then they say, "Oh man, that record, or this record, or that one, or all the records." You know what I mean? So I just kind of stay true to what I am, who I
That's it.
am. I am who
Yes.
I am, and that's all that I am.
And that's what will be real. That's what will shine. That will be amazing because it was amazing before.
Yeah, it
So,
was.
yes, it was amazing before. So, I'm happy that you all are coming back and you're going to have some great music. And then, prayerfully, by the time you get ready to tour, we'll be back at it. 'Cause I think we're all just kind of like, all right, we got to get out. It's time. We've got to
Yeah,
do
that,
that.
that cabin fever, man, and this has either made people love each other more or made people worse off than they were. You know what I'm talking
Yes.
about?
Yes.
Being stuck in the house with somebody every day, all day, can't go nowhere. And especially if you got a little bitty house, man. Oh my God, that's got to be, because I have a decent sized house and I still get tired of seeing the same people all day, every day, doing the same stuff.
Yeah.
Get
Well,
tired of it.
I guess when the energy is good, the love is there, you don't mind. We were listening to Brian McKnight sometime, and he was saying he just adores being home with his family every day, all day. So I guess you just have to be in that space, that headspace, and ready to want to absorb that 24/7. Now,
Yeah,
you
man.
mentioned in another interview I was actually listening to that
You
you, as
stalking me.
well, I was stalking you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the good way to do it. Especially since I didn't want to ask the same questions, and I'm not going to ask you on how Men at Large actually came to
No,
be.
you can. I told you yesterday you can. Listen, I'm an open book. Whatever you want to know, whatever you want to do
Well,
with
we
me,
know that
let's get
Gerald
it.
Levert introduced Men at Large, guys. So just so you know, we're gonna bring you up to speed that that's where this origination began.
Word
Um,
up.
but when you and rest in peace, Gerald Levert, we love
And
you.
Sean.
Yes, yes,
And then they just lost their mom. Their mom just passed. was it the beginning of the year? Yeah, I think it was like the beginning of the year, the end of the year, or the beginning of the year she passed. So yeah, yeah. So it's been a tragedy for that family, but like it's been tragedies for everybody's family too. But for them, to be on that platform like that, and then the way it happened. So yeah, man, yeah, man.
Now you mentioned that growing up, you witnessed a lot of abuse and hurt. And what does that say to, um, for instance, as much as it's heavy, but the gentleman Jacob that just got into so much with his three kids in the back seat of the car, and witnessed their father getting shot 8 times. What could you say to those children in terms of, um, what they will be experiencing growing up?
Uh, I guess I think everybody needs to take time to pay more attention to their mental health. You know what I mean? Because I think if you don't find the proper headspace, I think for me, I had to find the space of forgiveness for, the person that was so violent in my home. Because if I didn't forgive them, it was gonna kill me. Just being honest. And a lot of time, I know yesterday I watched over the video and I said sometimes the forgiveness is not for you, it's for them. But that's backwards. Sometimes the forgiveness of somebody else is not for them, but it's for you. That's what I meant to
You-
say. She didn't even correct me on that. I watched it yesterday, and
It's for
it's my
you.
homegirl too. She is for forgiveness is for you
Yeah,
because
you have
when
to
you
move on.
realize, yeah, you gotta move on. When you like when you hear people tell you, "Well, man, I already gave it to God. I ain't worried about it no more. I ain't think about it no more." When they were so heinous and violent, and I don't know, there's so many people that go through these type of situations. You gotta if you're not gonna fight back, if you can't fight back and you're not going to tell anybody or seek help from anybody when you get older, you have to make sure that you don't pass that stuff down. Not even the violence, but the apprehension and sometimes the shyness and everything or whatever, all the side
The
effects that come
trauma.
from that. Yeah, the trauma, you got to make sure that you don't pass that down. So you have to find some type of man, I don't know. You have to find some type of buffer or
Inner
some type of
peace.
something. Yeah, inner peace. Yeah, all of that. You tell me. You say it for me. All that. See, we're a perfect combination. Love like you and me. Yeah, but yeah, you have to find your mental ground and you have to hold on to it because if your mental capacity is not strong, you'll lose it. You'll lose it. You'll end up popping pills, the Xanax or whatever the mental stuff is.
Drinking.
Drinking, smoking, relationship anxiety,
Relationships. Oh my.
all kinds of stuff, and it prevents you from going forward. But like me though, because of how my mom and them would always say, "You're gonna be like that, da, da, da. You're gonna be like that, da, da, da." I was like, man, y'all better stop saying that to me. And they said it to me a lot because I was kind of bad. So, and it also you have to make the choice to not want to be like that. Cause I could have easy went into that because women they
Wait a
what I
minute.
mean?
Wait a minute. Women are. Let's back up. I can't. I'm not gonna keep saying yes now. Women are doing
I'm
what?
joking.
What
No,
is
but
that? Talking, sharing,
uh they're giving and
supporting.
sometimes giving
That's
too
it.
much.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's
Now
based on the
I mean I did that on purpose. I'm messing with you. I love my ladies, man. I love my ladies to death, and I
and
would hate
indeed you
that.
should. They love
I
you.
I know, right? And
Yes.
I'd hate to be with a woman that wasn't strong enough to speak up for herself. That's no fun at all. Real talk. That is no fun whatsoever. It's no fun at all. You want somebody that's going to be as mentally and physically, well, not that physically it's tough, but mentally and spiritually, equal with you.
Yep.
Because for
Present
me,
and
if you
capable.
can't, because you can't turn on my mind on nothing else work. Just real talk. If you can't stimulate me up here, you don't get me down there. And I've been like that for a long time. And that you would think that comes from somebody that just turned 50, but I've been like that for a long time. I never took the girls that was like, "Oh, we about to do," and I was like, But if I get that little conversation going, you get chop it up. You know what I'm saying? Champagne and conversations. You know what I'm talking about?
So now, do you feel like what you experienced, did you live that through your music? Were you able to find a safe space in your music to have that as an outlet, or you just use that to block it out doing your music?
You're pretty good with this. By the time I got to music, I had totally disconnected myself from him.
Oh,
Although I
wow.
had I had I had to see him, but when we were doing the music, I made sure I didn't see him. I always hung out at the radio station in Cleveland because I started off in radio before I got the hookup with the music. And I don't know. I didn't. I don't think I used that in my music. I don't think I used that as because I don't know. I kind of like separated. I was so excited to be doing what I was doing. Maybe it just blocked it out
Yeah.
anyway. I didn't necessarily use that as a patch or whatever because I mean, hell, Gerald and them was doing everything anyway. It was like they just spoon fed us. Here, eat this, eat this, eat. You know what I mean? Do we lay down the whole thing and then y'all come back and do it? You know what I mean? So, and then when you listen to the music, some of our music kind of sounds like Gerald's or some of the Levert stuff that they have. It's the same, chord progressions or drums, just different stuff. It's like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, baby.
So
Yeah.
who produces the swag? Is that an inner feeling that comes out, or is that something that you emulate? Did you emulate that from someone that you saw growing up? Obviously, you said your father was not the model figure for you,
What you
but
talking about? My swag?
yeah.
I love me. Listen,
Good.
I'm so confident about me. There are some things that I don't like about me that I might be insecure about or I don't like about me. But for the most part, I feel like I'm a dime. I feel like I don't know the swag. I don't know the swag. Where did I get the swag? I can't say that I picked it up from anybody. I just learned that women like for you to listen. Women like to laugh. Women like sincerity. Women like a dude that's honest. Even if you're in a situation, they want the truth. And if you can give them all of that, and whatever whatever they want, listening, understanding, being there for them, making them laugh, um, you'll win. It's no point in keeping up facades and telling them the sugar when it's shit or shit when it's sugar because
It'll
that
come
mess
out.
either with shit and sugar hardened. So I'm just, you know what I'm talking about? So it's like, I don't know, man.
It will come out.
The
That
swag, I don't know where I got the swag. I don't know, the more and more confident because even before we started, most people find themselves when they stumble upon something like being in some major singing group, and you'll see him on TV like, man, he was this and he was that back in the day. He was a sucker, this, that, and the third. But I don't know. I always been kind of confident. I used to wear thick glasses too, but I always was confident. I did. I
still
was always
confident.
confident. Man,
Okay.
it just something that's just was instilled in my household to be confident about the man or the woman you are when you walk out that door to let anybody knock you off that perch.
That's awesome. Even with everything that was going on, that you still were able to take that away. It didn't destroy you. It didn't kill your inner, and it allowed for you to be where you are. And that's amazing because even after the career, you're bringing it back, and it's been what, almost 20 years?
Uh, for me and him, the last time we had a record out was 1994.
Almost 20 years. Well, over 20 almost. Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. So today with everything that we have going on, you lead us in where we need to be for next steps. Who would you add to your panel to say this is what we're going to do in order for us to get police reform, for us to be able to change the narrative as it relates to our culture and what we're experiencing, making it better for the young people? Who would you add to your team?
It went out. Say it one more time. Say it. I'm sorry. It kind of went out. Say it one more time. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I said to you, did you
I'm
hear me?
sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. It went
Oh,
out.
okay,
I
I thought you were
apologize. Yeah.
playing. No, so
Nah,
I
I'm
was
playing with
asking
you.
you, with whatever we go, what all we're going through right now with the voting and such, as we're talking about the points that we have to deal with.
What do we have to deal with? Okay, yeah. What we adding on to that? I'm so sorry. I apologize, baby.
You're good.
Uh, we as black people have to acknowledge. After George Floyd died, I said Black lives won't matter until Black people realize that Black lives matter. And people got mad at me, but I'm saying let's think about it. We're still out here. Like, and so one lady said, my son was on the post. She said my son was killed by the cops, and yesterday 7 Black people got murdered by Black people in Cleveland, Ohio. In my heart of hearts, man, I pray that things change and we start to get reform, and people on the whole start to take notice of Black lives and minorities, and give everybody a fair chance. But when all you see and all you hear about is Black on Black stuff. And I mean, come on, we have to be real about life. There's more than just Black on Black, but people have to understand the media gets their ratings off Black on Black, or Black versus white, or Black versus white cop. So that's been uh the biggest sector of fighting, or since the history of since we've been here, I'm pretty sure. And that's how they get their ratings. And so we have to, and we keep saying the same. Can I say shit? Yeah. Can we keep saying the same shit over and over and over and over and over? And y'all protest for 2 or 3 weeks, and this, that, and the third, and then y'all going back to the same thing. My thing is, if you have 2 or 3 police cars in the neighborhood pulling somebody over, you see them with a knee on somebody's neck. All the guns y'all got in the neighborhood, where they been? Where they at? So y'all run like little girls when the cops come around, and then you start firing on your homeboys and your homegirls, you killing little innocent girls and babies with straight bullets and stuff like that. And that's cool. We supposed to have a party for Ricky when he come home because he shot 5 people when he getting off. Hell no. Our mentality is all messed up, the way we think and the way we do things. What the hell we celebrating somebody coming home from prison for and he did something? Why we giving him a party? Because man, he got me going away party, man. He got to sit down for 5 years. We about to go. That's ass backwards. That's ass backwards. The way we think, and we'll never get out this hole until we change the way we think and feel about each other and the way we do things in society, period. You talk about supporting Black business. I can't support you if you're not going to even do business.
Say it.
I
I'm
can't.
struggling with that part, and I've had beautiful Black businesses on just to share those that do get it. But as a people, we do have to do better with business. We have to be on time. We've got to be able to
I mean,
protect.
we gotta change everything, man. The way we act, the way we act out in public, the things we do, man. Because the one, somebody pointed this out to me recently. They said anytime you see somebody in the news that gets in trouble, this white man or this, that, and the third, this third, do something. They said, well, it's just that single Black man or that single Latin man or that single whatever man it was. But when somebody Black, one person does something, the whole race is held responsible for just that one person, whatever they did. Black people, man. Black people. It's just, man, I don't know, man. And I fathom to think what's gonna happen with my children having children. My daughter told me she didn't even want to have kids just because of the way the world is right now. She's only 14. I don't want her to have kids, but I do want, not now. I don't. So she only 14. But yeah, like when you're 20, 30, 20 something, 30 something, you know what I mean? When you're grown, but she ain't gonna have them for a while. She talking about med school, this, that, and the third, all
Good for
that.
her. Yeah, that's awesome.
So, and
Yes.
she, I
So
just, man, we got work to do.
who would you join arms with to say we need to be the next Reverend Jesse Jackson, the Reverend Al Sharpton? Who are those folks for you right now? Who would
I,
go on?
I'm what I told people when this happened was, and I was talking about this with Damian Hall on his live. I said these millennials and these younger cats are not going to just go for one person. Well, you got Al Sharpton been leading the way for 60 years. They probably would have turned away if they're not intrigued by these old ass men coming out. They want to see people, if they're gonna be running the world in the next 10 to 20 years, they want to see people that look just like them. So, I feel like you have to have a team of leaders, because when they have one, people always figure something to tear them down with. So, you need a group of leaders that all move the same way, talk the same, not talk, kind of talk the same way, and they roll together like the super friends. Because if they don't mess with, I don't mess with him, but I mess with him though. I go with him the long way. I go with him the long way. Uh,
But who would you say in the Super Friends? You as one, who would you add as your Super Friends? Would Damien be one? Damien, you were supposed to be on here, so I don't know if we're gonna add you right now. But anyway, who else? Damien?
Damien's on there now.
No, he was supposed to be. He's supposed to be coming to Champagne and Conversations, but he's
That's
so
why I'm
busy.
at.
Yeah. So
Um,
I'm leading.
well, this guy out of Cleveland, his name is Bashir Jones. I think he's going to be the next mayor of Cleveland right now. He's a councilman of one of the toughest wards in the city. And, when he speaks, people listen just because of the things that he does in his community, cleaning it up and being there for those that, can't do things for themselves
Okay.
a lot of times.
So that's one.
Yeah. Um, I couldn't even tell you after that, man. I don't know. Because I'll tell you, I turned the news off. I
So
I
I
I,
think
I
that the
watched just
reason that I'm saying that is because we have all, kind of agreed that what has happened, and it's time now for us to do something different. And with that, we do have to get some additional leaders. We can't
Mhm.
put everything on just the administration, because we know one turn wrong with that and we're going to be in a situation. We know we have to address things from a local perspective, which is our local leaders and making certain that we vote across the board.
yeah.
But even in our communities, I mean, we all have a presence in some form or fashion, be it a teacher, be it a minister, what have you. We all have some sort of input, and we are making impressions on these young people and even one another. So with that being said, I'm just saying that I think that we should consciously think about those folks that we could bring together on Monday nights, instead of us, having poker night, that we actually sit and have a conversation about what do we do to be able to do the reform, for whether it's police reform, which is huge, but even, whatever, night out against crime, we might need to reform that.
You
Those
need a
laws.
nigger reform. You need a nigger reform. You need a nigger reform
Where does
along with
that?
the police reform.
Where
You
I have
do.
you had that? What would that look like?
It's just what I just said. It has to start. Every house has to have a good support beam, and that starts with that's your local elections. You have to have the proper people in the House and the Senate. If we control the Senate, we control everything. And I think Trump has that Senate now. I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, I guess some of them had kind of, even though they still are Republicans, I think their views had changed. So some of the things that they assumed that they were going to be getting towards the end.
Man,
Yeah.
you know,
But we know that
people
that's changing.
people have to give our community has to get back to being loyal, team players, um, willing to die for one another, willing to, not turn the what is it, turn the eye, turn the cheek on, wrongdoings within the community, but you want to blow the whistle on the white cop or whatever, man. Some of your homeboys and your homegirls is doing the same stuff within the community. It's got to be a whole social change, period, from the bottom up, from the way you vote, from the way you quote, from the way you joke, and the way you float around your city. It all has to change, and I just don't know what we're gonna do or if it's gonna happen. They've taken God out of everything. So trying to get your kids to be spiritually grounded or follow somebody that's really religious or spiritual, whatever, it's gonna be kind of hard. You know what I mean? You got to have these leaders. I say like a group of about 5 to 7. And a couple of them got to be some really strong women on this group, and then some different people from different places where they all work together, they all move together, they travel together because it gets expensive, and I don't know. It
Yeah,
There
but
has to
we
be
have,
change, not
yes.
only through the system but there has to be change throughout our community, period. And
Yeah.
it's like we keep going through the same thing. It's like it's never going to change, man. It's never going to change. It's never going to change, it seems like, you know? So, man, I don't know. I just don't know.
Would
It's
you
so
run for an
ridiculous.
office? Do you see
Hell
yourself?
yeah. So here, watch this. You been watching my stuff, or you just feeling this energy?
It's a vibe.
Let me take a sip real quick there.
You take a sip and then get right back to what you were going to say.
So my daughter, we're in Atlanta, and she
Okay.
says she wants to go to Ohio State. You see that? OH all day.
Okay.
So you know, they have a good medical program up there too and stuff like that. Plus she wants to play volleyball, but just honestly, she don't work hard enough to be D1 right now. So I told her that, and
It's
I
a
said, "You got
great
to go, but
sport.
keep going." Yeah, it is. But she
Hmm.
plays hard. She goes hard. I said, "Well, if you go to Columbus," I said, "Hell, you know, I'll be 54 years old at the time, man. You know, Atlanta is it's for young go kick it cats. It really is. I mean, there's a place for us here, but Atlanta's a young go kick it place, and you know, I still have to go do some of that stuff too because some of my money lies there. But I would go back home to Cleveland and I would run for councilman of my old neighborhood, Ward 1, and clean it up because you know when I grew up in the neighborhood, you could leave your door open all night and nobody would bother you because everybody knew you. And it just now, I think we've gone from living in a community where everybody knows each other to where we live in just neighborhoods where they geocode you and they put you with like people with credit scores and whatever, and you never really get to. I don't know if you live in a development or wherever you live, it's like, you know, people don't really interact as much as they used to. You know what I mean? Unless they have some years. You know, back in the day, folks would be coming to welcome you to the neighborhood. You had the street clubs, you had the neighborhood watch. You don't have none of that no more. People don't have time for it. They put the ring on their door and I can see who coming in and out of my house. If somebody break in, I can see it while I'm gone. It's no, I tell people technology is the thriller and the killer. The technology, the thriller part is you can do whatever you want, become whoever you want, uh, hiding behind those World Wide Web walls. But it has taken away the passion from everything. Nobody really has to put effort. You know, these guys are sitting at home making millions of dollars doing dumb shit on the internet and TikTok. They're getting paid for doing, and it's just damn, you know, it's like a slap in the face to somebody like me. When we first started, I was an okay singer, but now I'm a monster. And it's just like I worked so hard to get my craft where it is. But then you got these somebody called me, asked me to do a hook one time, and I told them the price. And they was like, "Oh, we just gonna pay our man $50 to come around and do it." I was like, "All right, well, that's what's up. Because you ain't gonna get me for no $50. Not, and I don't need no auto tune or no Melodyne or none of that shit. You ain't getting me for no $50, bro. You got Lil Peanut from around the corner, you know.
And that's our
So
people. Was that our people asking you to come and do a hook? And they just want,
hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's all they do is want to bargain and barter. And I'm guilty of that too. But I want to pay your fare because when I'm doing my work, I want to be paid. I want to be paid for my worth, want to be paid for my work and my time. You dig what I'm saying? So I don't know.
yes, it's necessary to pay it forward. I'm not normally one that sits online and orders things online, but I've been doing a lot more since we've been in quarantine and that, and I've been wanting to support a lot of the local businesses, especially those that we interact with, and it's been pretty good. But I mean, obviously, you're conscious of the type of businesses that you should support because not all of them will. Um, own what they're supposed to. And that's unfortunate that you have to write a review before some of them will reply or, that. So I do think that we should, as a people, just collectively work to be the best that we can be as it relates to business. We know we hear it all the time, start your own home-based business, but ultimately we still have to be strong in the business that we are creating. Yeah.
Yeah, man. We definitely do.
Yes.
We just need to get the checks and balances together. We need to get everything together. I get tired of talking about it. Just Black lives won't matter until we realize that Black lives matter. That's it. That's all I got to say about that. I mean, you know, I can talk you in the face till you blue about it. You know, and ultimately we just be saying the same thing over and over again. And then we, what's the solution? What's the solution? We gave you that too. We said that, but I don't know.
But basically what you're saying is that we have to acknowledge our worth and hold some value to who we are, so that when we come together, then we increase that value. So it's coming to the table with your part, pretty much, in order for us to be able to stand as a people. And that is something that, yes, we do need to work towards. And I think a couple of days ago, I had someone on, a doctor, that was talking about people that have gone through some sort of trauma in their life where they don't have the value. And a lot of people don't want to talk to psychologists, because they feel like, I'm not talking to anybody. That's not what we should be doing. But you have to do it sometimes to be able to clear your mind, clear your heart, to be able to get prepared for what's necessary out here. And obviously, that's where we are with today, and everyone being able to do their part, right?
Right.
Yeah. So that is awesome. So in terms of Men and Large, where are we going next? I know you all are coming back together. What's in the studio? Where are you all? What are you planning? Is it you?
We
Are you?
coming to your house.
And what you gonna do?
Eat.
What's the vibe? Okay, well we could do that. But what's the vibe? What kind of music are we doing?
Man, so what I decided to do was, after me and my original partner separated, I got another partner, Gemini Porter, who was decent. He was a good singer, but he wasn't Jason Champion. So and no disrespect, guys. So I'm not messy like that. So I had to step my game way up. I was in the process of doing that anyway. And we just went for it. But for this project here, Jason's brother Jay Sean has written for everybody from Usher, R. Kelly, Joe, Charlie Wilson, and I wanted that type of magic. I wanted to go in there, and I said, man, I'm gonna totally strip myself naked and let you coach me, dog. So like I'm letting him, tell me what to sing, how to sing it, you know what I'm saying?
Nice.
And that's what I'm doing. And oh my God, I wish I could. Let me say, I wish I could play it for you, but
Keep saying that. Maybe you'll come back. When will the project be completed?
we 6 songs deep in now. We gonna do a
Okay.
hot 10, and
Okay.
they just sent me another one last night. We're gonna do something socially conscious, so it'll probably be 11. And it's the music, my God. Shout out FC on the beat. But the tracks are, it's
Fire.
love story. It's love stories, man, and it's talking about love, life, and relationships. I would be remiss if I did anything else. Love, life, and relationships make for the best records. You know what I'm talking about? Because some kind of up or love down.
Yeah.
So
And it creates the balance is what we need also. In addition to the value, we need the balance. So
yeah,
when
man.
we have the love in there, then you can mix in and you can do what you can do. You can move mountains when you have that.
Right to Charlottesville.
Dave Tolliver, guys, we do appreciate you spending some time with us on Champagne and Conversations. And we are so excited about your new project. We can't wait for you to share. I'm sure you'll be everywhere back.
Man, I wish I could play it for you, man. Gee whiz.
I'm also over him. He has said this 5 times, right? So he's teasing us with this. He'll be
I'm
back.
teasing
So
you.
somehow I'll get the music. Don't worry. I'll get the music.
you
Yeah.
can
Dave
hear it. You can
Tolliver,
hear it
you
in your
guys, Champagne and Conversations.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you for having me on the
All
show.
right.
It's always pleasant to look at a face like that.
Thank you. Thank you
All
so
right, y'all have
much,
a
beautiful spirit. Thank you so much for the amazing song, the energy to set it all off. And
yeah.
we love you and we thank you. We look forward to your project.
Love you more. Make sure y'all follow me on the gram and Twitter at Dave Minute Large. And it's just Dave Tolliver on Facebook. And I'm even on TikTok. I ain't done nothing. Dave Minute
Uh-oh.
Large on there too. Just look up Dave Minute Large, Dave Tolliver. It all come up, man. I'm out here. Out here, like they say. Put some respect on my name.
Amen. Dave Tolliver, guys. Thank you. Champagne and Conversation.
Yeah, man. See ya.